Well, this morning, the dust is settling on President Joe Biden's high-stakes press conference. But also this morning, more Democrats are calling for President Biden to drop out of the race. The president delivering a message to try to reassure voters that he's in good shape. But there were a few notable gaffes, including referring to Kamala Harris as Vice President Trump, and earlier in the evening introducing Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky as President Putin before correcting himself. So was it enough to calm Democrats' nerves, or was it all just a little too late? NewsNation's Tom Dempsey is in Washington, D.C. this morning with the latest. Tom, the Democratic defections continue for President Biden. Did he do enough to slow the bleeding a little?
Well, this should answer your question directly, Brooke. After that press conference was held at the NATO Summit, we saw more Democrats coming forward calling on President Biden to withdraw from the 2024 race. That includes Congressman Scott Peters, a Democrat from California, who posted, quote, "The debate raised real concern among elected leaders, supporters, and voters that the president will not be able to wage a winning campaign. This was not a blip." Representative Jim Himes from Connecticut, the top-ranking Democrat on the House Intelligence Committee, posting overnight, quote, "We must put forth the strongest candidate to confront the threat posed by Trump's promised MAGA authoritarianism. I no longer believe that is President Joe Biden." So in total, we have at least 17 Democrats so far who have come forward calling on President Joe Biden to withdraw. And Brooke, again, to answer your question, I don't think this press conference did anything to stop those concerns from mounting against the president. We may see more calls for him to withdraw either today or sometime through the weekend.
Tom, overnight, Congressman Scott Peters from California joined a growing list of lawmakers raising concerns, writing, quote, "The debate raised real concern among elected leaders, supporters, and voters that the president will not be able to wage a winning campaign." Again, to your point, this was not a blip. You expect to see this from more lawmakers today.
Yeah, that's right. And look, this is what the big question going into that press conference. You know, it was 2 weeks after that historically bad debate night for President Biden. The very big question going into that press conference didn't necessarily have anything to do with the NATO summit or, the ongoing war in Ukraine. It had everything to do with that debate. Was that simply a bad night, or is it a sign of a bigger problem, like age really catching up to President Joe Biden? And we saw more gaffes and errors by the president during the press conference and at the summit. Take a look.
Now I want to hand it over to the president of Ukraine, who has as much courage as he has determination. Ladies and gentlemen, President Putin. President Putin. You can beat President Putin. President Zelensky. I'm so focused on beating Putin, we got to worry about it. Anyway, I wouldn't have picked Vice President Trump to be vice president, that I think she was not qualified to be president.
Now, the press conference at the NATO summit lasted an hour total, with President Biden taking over 20 questions from reporters. And while he said he believes he serves as the best candidate to defeat former President Trump and he remains determined to run, President Biden also said he will step aside if polls show he cannot win, saying, though, there's still time to make ground.
The campaign really hadn't even started. I mean, it hadn't started in earnest yet. Most of the time, it doesn't start till after September, after Labor Day. So a lot can happen. But I think I'm the best I believe I'm the best qualified to govern. And I think I'm the best qualified to win.
Next up for President Joe Biden today will be a campaign stop in Michigan. And no doubt, Brooke, once again, we will see a lot of people watching the president's demeanor and his, behavior on the stage, looking for any possible decline, like I said, in his behavior and his, performance on stage, Brooke.
Yeah, as you said earlier, mistakes definitely being magnified right now. Tom Dempsey, thanks so much.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. Also, don't forget to click that red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.